Evil attacks you through your television sets, from your magazines, from the books you read. But mostly, friends, evil comes to you from the thoughts that you yourselves think. Evil. Let me spell it for you. E-V-I-L, evil. Hallelujah. Now, to fight evil, we must spread the word. And to spread the word, we need missions. Missions like this one in other cities. Amen. But that takes money. Yes. The money that you spend on pleasures. The pleasures that consume you and destroy you. Hallelujah. Yes, you, all of you. So why not give your earthly possessions here to a cause that is greater than you? Amen. Yes, dig into your pockets, friends, and you'll be digging into your hearts, and that space in your hearts will be filled with joy and richness and goodness. Yes, give that ye may receive. Hallelujah, brother. Hallelujah. Amen, brother. Amen. Yes, you say hallelujah. And you say amen. But what you say and what you do, my friends, they can be very different. And that's what I fear, the difference. Now, during the collection, I'm afraid I must leave you. A very sick friend awaits my guidance. Brother Thomas will conclude the meeting. And now I want to hear you sing.
And lead kindly light.
Sing while you give and fight. Fight evil wherever you can.
I was on my way to see a woman named Beatrice George. Her brother Barney was a base man on the road, and he had written me a letter and asked me to try to talk to Beatrice. It seems she had taken all of her savings and turned them over to a man named Brother Max. This kind of thing floors me. And Barney wanted me to check up on this guy.
I'm taking them to the park someday. I'm going to set them free.
Oh?
Yes, I don't really have time for them, you know. We must give all the time we can to meditation.
Is that what Brother Max says?
Oh, do you know Brother Max?
Yes, well, Barney mentioned him, yes.
Barney doesn't know Brother Max or understand him. It's a pity. He'd be a much better man if he did. We must fight evil in ourselves and in others.
Where can I find this Brother Max?
I don't think I'll tell you.
Look, all I want to do is ask him a few questions.
I'm fortunate to be one of the chosen few. When Brother Max came by and I gave him the money, he explained to me that only a few are divinely inspired with enough faith to give their all.
He came by?
Yes.
No record at the mission, nothing. Just all that nice money in cash.
I have faith.
This Max could be a crook, you know.
No. When you've reached my age and you look back, far, far back, and you can't see one single thing that you've done that's important, Then you begin to wonder. And then you think, how can I justify this life? You see the evil in yourself and in others, and you want to help. Brother Max allows me to help. You see, I haven't done anything important in my whole life.
Yeah, I understand. Yes, I did understand. And that night I started my search. And yet I wasn't really doing this for Barney or for Beatrice or for any other altruistic reason. I was doing this for me. Deep down, I was doing this for me. I wanted to find out about Brother Max. I wanted to find out whether he was really a sincere man or whether he was a man who cheated the lonely out of their money. About 8 o'clock, I found a man who knew Brother Max. The man's name was Conrad, and I was told I could find him at a corner bar.
All the way.
Conrad?
Who speaks?
Are you Conrad?
I'm Brother Conrad.
Well, I'm Brother John. I'm looking for Brother Max.
Oh, I can tell. You've heard the call. You have the look of one afraid. Amen. You're afraid, Brother John? You're afraid of the evil, the corruption, and the temptation that surrounds us all? That, my friend, is mere temptation. I place it there to tempt myself.
Sure.
Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see the devil grab my hands and force that evil fluid down my throat?
Look, Conrad, in between falls, could you tell me where I can find Brother Max?
I won't tell you. I'll take you. As soon as I beat the devil. I'm going to that meeting tonight. Brother Max will give me strength.
Let's go see the trainer.
I must try again.
Come on.
You all know Brother Thomas. For 20 years he's run this mission. 20 years. But have you been coming for 20 years? Have they, Brother Thomas? Have they?
Well, no, but perhaps I...
No! You haven't been coming. You stayed away. And you let evil grow in you like a germ. Oh, yes. Now you're here. And you think that that makes everything all right, don't you? But it doesn't. The rest of the time you stay away and you watch movies and you let the evil in motion pictures create false idols and you listen to music and you let that music excite your senses and you read books full of filth and you enjoy them and you have a little drink at the corner bar. A harmless little drink at the corner bar. A harmless little drink that drowns the goodness in you and plunges you into darkness. Yes, that's what you do when you're away from here. Amen. Now, I want a sinner up here. The time has come for us to hear about your sins. Confess. Amen. I want a volunteer.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen.
I've been up here before. You remember me, Brother Max? Anyway, I came here tonight to tell you about my bout with evil. A kind of evil that won't let you sleep at night. The kind of evil that forces you to do wrong things. I was a drunk. I don't know the causes. I was drunk all of the time. But tonight, before I came here, I said to myself, I'm going to tempt evil. fool I was to tempt the monster in me. I put a glass of whiskey in front of me. All of a sudden, it was gone. And then another one. And it was gone, too. I couldn't stop the flow of sin.
You came here to tell us you couldn't stop evil. You came to tell us that you failed in the face of a test.
Yes, sir.
How many times have you been here? And how many times have you confessed?
63 times I've been here. 12 times I've confessed. This is the 13th.
I want you to leave this stage.
I need your guidance.
You don't need guidance for failure. There is no room here for a man who hasn't the strength to fight the battle. People here will either fight or leave, and there is no fight left in you. Get out! Out into the darkness that awaits you.
Please.
Get out, you low and awkward creature. Out! Out into the street. All the way out of this hall. Now, let me have another sinner up here, one who will show us how he did battle with his sins and did well. Don't be afraid, come forth. Come forth and confess. Have you come to confess, sinner?
I sure have. Come to confess that up until tonight, I've had some screwy ideas. And one of them was that nobody was ever that far gone that he couldn't be forgiven. I mean, I thought that was one of the great charities, to forgive, not to drive out.
You don't understand, my boy.
No, and I don't understand about a woman named Beatrice George who takes all the money and gives it all to you.
Have you been drinking? I thought so. Let me smell your breath.
Every penny she ever had in the world.
Another drunk up here to make a mockery of our services.
You make a mockery out of people's desire to do good.
Faithful, some of you, come up here. Help me get this man off the stage. Some of you come up here and help me.
Listen to me, people. Get away from me.
That's right. Resume your seats, all of you. There's no reason to cut short the service. Well, I think we've demonstrated what we will not tolerate up here on this stage. And now, if you'll excuse me, friends, I feel in need of a little air. If Brother Thomas will take over for a moment. Brother Thomas? This seems to upset him as much as it has me. I'd like you to sing now. Sing and let the spirit return to your hearts. Number 165, Bringing in the Sheaves, sister. Sing! All right, who are you and what do you want here?
I came to expose you.
Why? How have I ever harmed you?
It's harmed a few things I believe in.
Oh, a young man of high ideals, eh? All right, let's speak of ideals. You'd expose me, eh? You'd smash the faith of all those people in that hall. Is that what you want? I'm speaking of the reaction of those people inside. I think you understand what I mean. I think perhaps you're a man of sensitivity.
You admit that you're cheating them?
Brother Thomas had a mission here. A shoddy, cheap, ineffectual little mission. I've given it new life. I've filled its chairs. I deserve payment in return.
Brother Thomas?
Brother Thomas is a fool. Like other fools I've had to work with in the past. I collect what I need from private donations, directly to me.
You've got it all worked out, haven't you?
Very carefully. Think of it. Faith means a lot to those people in there. If it's going to be shattered, you'll have it on your conscience.
have you been there?
Ever since, brother. Ever since that man came out.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to tell them? What am I going to say to them? That I'm a failure, that this mission house is an evil place, that they've been duped by a man who... How could Brother Max...
Now's not the time to think of yourself. You've got to think of what you stand for.
I'll send him away. I'll send him away, and then everything will be all right. I mean, that nobody else will be hurt. They'd never trust again. Do you see that?
I see. If you don't expose this man, he'll go on deceiving people. If not here, somewhere else.
Expose? Well, I couldn't do that. I couldn't stand up on that stage and tell all those people that Brother Max is a fraud.
You don't have the faith in those people that you expect them to give to you.
That's what you think I ought to do? Stand up there and tell them?
It's the only way, Brother Thomas.
Brother Thomas. I suppose one does have to do something. Has to take some action. They won't listen to me. I'm going to fail at this, but if you say it's the only thing to do, I'll try.
All anyone can do is try. Come on, let's go in.
Oh, it's not this way. Let's go back there. I'm going to expose you.
We're going to finish tonight's service without any incident. Get out there and lead the music.
No.
Get out there and lead the singing.
I think those people should get out there.
The only way I could be prosecuted would be for the people in that crowd to know that I'd taken their money. They'd have to sign the complaints. And they're not going to know from you. Certainly not from Brother Thomas.
Left for me, let me hide myself in thee.
And now, friends, I have something very important to say to you. This, I know it will be a great surprise to you, but this is my last night here with you. I'm leaving. I hate to leave. But I must carry on the good fight elsewhere. Don't you leave because I leave. I want you to promise me that. I'd hate to think that I had done anything to disturb Brother Thomas. Dear, sweet Brother Thomas, whom we all love and to whom we all owe so much. He leads us in song. He passes the collection plate. And he even sweeps this hall every night after every meeting. You didn't know that, did you? But I want you to know it, and I want you truly to appreciate this wonderful man.
Friends, I have something I want to say to you.
Now, Brother Thomas, no words of thanks. They're completely unnecessary. I leave now with the knowledge that I have left with you a flock of unshakable faith.
Now be quiet, everybody. Hey, listen to me. I believe in faith, too. I think faith is important. I think true faith is stronger than you know. I think faith can take a shock and a blow and not be crushed. That's what I think. I've had this mission for 20 years. And in all those years, not very many people came, maybe 7 or 8 a night. And maybe I didn't help them very much, but I never lied to them. And maybe I didn't speak very well, but I was honest, and I think that's important. So now I want you to listen to me. The young man that came up here, he wasn't drunk. He wanted to tell you something, and he was silenced. And so now I want to tell you that same thing. Brother Max is a fraud. Yes, it's true. He came here to cheat us. Some of you have given him money, and he's put that money into his own pocket.
Friends, Brother Thomas doesn't understand. Look, let me speak to you and explain.
No, you will not speak. You have spoken enough. I know how confused you must be. I know how confused I was when I heard this just a little while ago. I believed in him even more than you did. I turned my mission over to him. I put the work of 20 years into his hands. And I expected that he would respect and do well by my life's work. And he seemed to be doing it. He spoke so brilliantly. Well, you all came, and you came again. And the hall filled up as it's filled tonight. And I was never so happy in all my life. My mission was becoming a success. And the 20 years suddenly seemed worthwhile. And then I heard, as you are hearing now, this man is a cheat. Now, I've got to be honest with you. I didn't think of you at first. I thought of myself. I felt like a fool, like an old, tired, sad fool. I stood outside and I just wanted to close my eyes and let this man go his way and try to forget what a fool I'd been. I was ready to keep quiet. He'd go, and then pretty soon you'd go. And then maybe I'd have my 7 or 8 people who more or less drop by here out of habit. I was ready to go back to that. And then I thought of other missions like this one. And other men like me. Men who aren't very good at their jobs, maybe, but men who try. And I knew that he'd find a place like that, and another man like me, and he'd feel safe, just the way he thought he was safe here. And he'd stay until he was found out, and then he'd move on because he left a fool behind who was too ashamed to speak out. Well, I've spoken out. And those of you who've given him money, you've got to speak out too. But that's up to you.
Well, if you've quite finished, I would like to speak now.
Will you pray with me now?
No.
Please bow your heads.
I said no. You will listen to me. Are you going to listen to him? To the song leader? To the janitor? All right, listen to his lies, but don't be deceived. I'm your leader here, and the evil in this man is trying to tear me down. Look out! Look up to me! Look up!
5 feet 11, 175 pounds, dark curly hair, distinguished looking. He's around 45 years old. Yeah, he'll be leaving the mission any minute now. Yeah, I can't keep him here. You pick him up. All right, buddy. Bye.
The police?
Yeah?
They believed. They really believed.
Thank you.